California coastline, midday Texas sun, misty rain in the Smoky Mountains, out here on the run.
Howdy y'all, welcome back to another video. I'm out here on this brush cutting job. I don't know if you watched my last video on we started this job. I didn't show much about it or talk much about it. I was just basing that video on the brush cutter that I'm using. We're out here on a Saturday. Just got started. Let's see, it's about 1 o'clock. Been out here for probably 5 hours. We had like sort of a, if you look right down there, there's a barn, and to the left of that barn, straight towards the road, there's a finger that runs out that way. Oh, I don't know exactly how wide it is, but it's going to be a fence line type thing. But there's a creek at the bottom and a bank up this way. We got the main entrance cleaned out all the way down through to the road. It was basically just a dirt drive, tractor access to this barn. The old farmer stacks hay in this barn, but basically the main area we got cut from the road back in on the roadway coming into the barn, and then up to the left hand side I got the front section, and now I'm working on the back section here. As you can see, it is very thick. It's pretty sloped right here. There's a couple little bench stair steps up through here, but there's a creek right down there, and basically I'm following the existing fence line up. 90's right there, and then back up over the hill, and then 90's back around this way out to the road along the cemetery up here. So what's going to happen is in the fall the property owner is going to bring some cattle in, but before that he's going to have a contractor come in and supposedly put up new fence. So basically that's what we're doing here. We're trying to access the existing fence line, property line, to in a sense be able to access it. It's so thick and overgrown. It is, he told me it had been a couple years, but I just find it hard to believe. There's some pretty good stuff growing up in here, but I do know it doesn't take long if you let it get away from you. So that's why we're here, and I'll get you set up maybe a different angle this time. I'm going to put you somewhere where you guys can see the outside looking towards me, and maybe that'll be a good view for it. Maybe put you on a time lapse. I'll get back with you. Thanks. back here on the brush hogging project. Excuse me. This pollen and stuff's got me coughing like crazy, so I'm sorry. But anyway, I just got finished up for the first day in. It's coming along all right. It's pretty thick, really thick. It's, there is one little hiccup, but we were trying to get around this fence line all the way and go straight across here. There's a gas well and an old road. It's so grown up. I was supposed to be able to follow this road up through some thicker stuff, and then it kind of plateaus up on top supposedly with a larger pasture up there with a pond and whatnot. I ventured up that way and I could not find what the customer was talking about. The only thing I've had to go by so far past this point, which is where the creek runs, was aerial photos and word of mouth. So that's a little bit my fault. I took the guy's word for it. He made it seem like, we were just going to be cutting the fence row out and there would be easy access to an open field, and I do not see that. So either I'm in the wrong spot or he needs, I think I'm going to have to contact him and get him out here and maybe get a little better understanding on what's going on. But other than that, it went fairly well. It's a pretty warm day, 90s still after the rains, but I can only run about 8 hours on this machine with my brush hog running full power. It'll burn the fuel, but it's a good stopping point. That way I started down this way here, got all this hillside done. I don't want to start, I got started a little bit over that way where I just talked about. I got to the creek where the fence was and just pretty much stopped until we get something figured out. But I got all this area done, got a little bit around the barn done. There's just so much stuff. I mean, it's insane how overgrown this is, and I would say it's just neglect. People just, life happens and stuff grows up quick. So we have gotten this section here done. I got started just a second ago before I about ran out of fuel on this lower area here. The creek runs this way around out into this finger out towards the road. It's a little bit soft here. I got pretty close to being stuck, but I didn't, so that's good. When I'm done, I'll come in here with the bucket when it's dried up, straighten all this out. A lot of stuff in here: concrete blocks, tiles, gates, fencing, wire, just everything you can think of. So I got this section knocked out. I still have to confirm with him if anything needs to be done on that side of the creek. I know there's another fence. There's a fence runs this side, and there's a fence over that way that runs crossways where that well road was we had talked about. So I need to confirm all that with him. I'll probably give him a call here in a little bit. I got started walking down, or working my way down this fence row on the main entrance on this finger. I'm going to try and finish this section tomorrow. And if he says go over there, I'll go over there and knock that section out. It still looks thick. So we'll just have to figure it out as we go. But it's coming along. Hopefully the next time I'm back here, I can get you guys some more footage. And I probably won't spend a whole lot of time videoing with the skid steer, as you guys have. I've already got some footage, you know, coming up on this video, and I'll throw a little bit in there, but I really want to get to the section across the creek we just talked about. That was the section I was ultimately, he said I could do with a tractor and a brush hog. I have a 7-foot and a 10-foot brush hog, and that was kind of the plan. So if that ends up not being it, we're going to have to maybe renegotiate something, or you know, maybe there was a misunderstanding or something on my part. But enough talking about that. I will get this skid steer cleaned up when we get back home. It is a filthy mess, and I do not like it. But regardless, I will catch back up with you guys next time. In the meantime, like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. See ya.